I hope roaches come out of your foreskin tonight.
What? Hello YouTube, my name is Kitsunero and today we are watching The Hate for Ironmouse by Rosie is here. I already left a comment, look at this. Oh goody, new video to react to dropped. Oh my god, he replied. What? Where's the reply? He deleted it. I see what you did. Anyway, let's watch the video.
So nowadays, VTubing is in a bit of a weird place. Not that I would personally know, I'm not a VTuber
Yes,
or
you are.
anything close, and if
Yes.
anybody tells you anything different,
You are.
they're lying to you and probably love the great state of Cyberstan, so they need to be removed immediately. But yes, ever since VTubing started, and ever since I was introduced to this hellhole, it seemingly took over both my ideas for things to yap about, and my choice of entertainment now. I honestly can't tell you how it got to this
Lana.
point, it just happened. However, back
What the? Oh my god! It was me!
in the day, now, I honestly can't tell you how it got to this point, it just happened.
Yeah, that was the Fat Fathers video! And it was when shit had cool sunglasses on! Yo! Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm getting all teary-eyed. Oh my god.
However, back in the day, things used to be a lot more calm in the VTubing space, probably because there was a lot less VTubers than there are today, and there was a lot less people watching them, primarily because most people just thought they were anime girls with overly high-pitched voices, and if you were caught watching them, you'd be called a weeb, degenerate, or gooner, in which, I guess, nothing much has changed in the current day. But yes, back then there were significantly less VTubers, and there were even less speaking English, and now in the current day we have 100 times that where they speak all sorts of languages.
I'm gonna get shoot up a lava! Favorite clip. In Minecraft.
There is definitely an oversaturation problem when it comes to VTubers now. There's a VTuber debuting every day, and it's very hard to stand out in the sea of virtual women and very few males anyone actually cares about. Poor guys. You should have picked body type 2 in the character creator. The audience
True. I mean, I guess VTubing is just a really highly female-dominated hobby. I don't know what it is. You know, everyone loves an anime girl. You know what I mean?
surrounding VTubers also grew to the point where most of their activities heavily monitored, sometimes more than any celebrity, because believe me, I've seen the channels that archive every audible bowel movement their favorite VTuber makes. Like,
there's no fart compilation of me because I never fart. Easy. There should be a burp compilation though. Why is there no burp compilation?
These guys put most of the pros in Rainbow Six Siege to shame with how accurate they are with picking up these types of audio cues.
Oh, I think the YouTube video
In Rainbow Six Siege to shame with how accurate they are with picking up these types of audio cues. With the increase in population and attention regarding the VTuber community, it's also led to a lot of negative things as well, like drama, infighting, and gatekeeping, where it's now being discussed if you actually classify as a VTuber.
I must say, I don't give a single f if Bao does IRL posting or not. I don't care. There's so many people hating on her for the single fact that she face revealed and is doing some IRL. I don't care. She can do whatever she wants to. Like, leave me alone. I don't care. Like, bro, the first stream I reappeared. Wow. The first stream I came back after like a week of not streaming, bro, there were like quite a few comments like, did you see Bao is no longer a VTuber? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. She can do whatever the heck she wants to. I think it's because she is a 5 out of 10 unlike Lena, who is a solid 8 out of 10. I think Bao looks alright. I wouldn't call her a 5 out of 10. She definitely is better than just average woman. She definitely does look better than the average woman. I'd say she's a 7. Anyway, she can do whatever she wants to. Like, I get, right? I get there's a lot of people disliking Bao for Bao's opinions. But why do we gotta be dragging her about her face? I don't care. She can do whatever she wants to, right? And now this is coming from someone who used to like Bao a lot, but just like kind of stopped being a fan of Bao, right? Because, I don't know. I just stopped. I don't care about it too much anymore.
If you also post pictures of your face online, and I guess it does break the immersion knowing there's a living, breathing XX chromosome bearing female behind the model.
Ugh, women. Ugh. Oh god. I get the immersion breaking part. I do get it. I do get it. This is why I like when people like cosplay as themselves at cons, for example. But also, like, what do you expect? Like, what do you expect? We're not AI. There's actually people. There's actually people behind the avatar. What do you expect? You know, I get it from both sides. I do get it from both sides. People actually care about immersion? Yeah. There's a lot of people that care about immersion. Yeah.
As women can be pretty scary, but with my experience telling them the function of each of your RimWorld colonists and their work priorities within the colony usually causes them to off. But you also see a lot of hatred for certain VTubers by VTuber fans, and it's usually because they had a conflict with another VTuber or another creator they like, or that VTuber vocalized their opinion that goes against their own opinion.
Oh my god, the Hogwarts stuff was so ridiculous. Oh my god, man. Just get me out of here. Get me out of here. In fact, I'm so excited for Hogwarts Legacy 2. I'm so excited for that game.
Or sometimes they don't really know why they hate them, they just do. And usually said people begin spouting actual nonsense about them on public platforms with no evidence. And the person we're going to be speaking about today has faced a lot of this and is one of the most popular VTubers. Ironmouse, who for the most part has a pretty positive reputation that has only increased as the years have gone by, but at the same time the hate for her has also been growing. So today we're going to be going over why she's hated, some of the incidents that caused it, and if it's deserved. But quickly, who even is Ironmouse?
I've been watching that dang old Ironmouse stream for a while, and I got a girlfriend now.
So Ironmouse is a Puerto Rican American VTuber that made her start on the internet in 2017 on a website called YouNow, which is like any other streaming
I actually didn't know about this. YouNow, never heard about it.
Website, just not as well known. She initially found out about VTubing due to the rise of Kitsunero AI, someone that was a part of the
It's called Kizuna Ai, not AI. Kizuna Ai, like love. Gosh. Goddamn, man. Goddamn. Kizuna Ai.
first wave of VTubers and was arguably the first one.
It just didn't actually. No, I love Kizuna. Kizuna was like the first VTuber I watched too. Like back in like, when did she originally come out? Like I found her like a month or two or so into her original, like, no, you can't really call it debut, but like when she first popped up, like 2016, I think even. I loved her. I loved her.
To get mainstream attention, with many crediting her as the VTuber responsible for starting the whole VTuber trend. Ironmouse, like many other VTubers, was inspired by Kitsunero to start VTubing, but she ran into a problem. She had no idea how to become a VTuber, and she had doubts that she would even be entertaining enough for people to watch.
That's how many people feel like. That's like quite common among VTubers and like streamers generally.
Even though her primary goal at the time for becoming a streamer didn't have anything to do with being popular or becoming an icon like Kitsunero, but
having friends because she was lonely because of her sickness.
Far more wholesome goal, and that was to make friends and be less isolated, which is quite a common story among a lot of popular streamers when asked why they started streaming. But Ironmouse, on the other hand, physically couldn't make friends. And it had nothing to do with things like social anxiety or the fear of accidentally talking to someone who gets easily overstimulated from simple conversations and they implode. But it wasn't anything to do with that, as she previously described herself as an extrovert that was forced to live like an introvert.
I've always been... I like to explain it like I'm an extrovert who was forced to live an introverted lifestyle.
From birth, Ironmouse was always pretty sick.
That's awful. That's awful because, I don't know, most of you guys are probably introverted, but right, like even if you feel like even if you're an introvert, being forced to be extroverted also just like causes a lot of like social battery issues and mental issues, right? So Yeah, it goes both ways.
Compared to the rest of her siblings, and in her own words, because of how frequent she was sick, her parents were always protective of her, so she grew up pretty sheltered. But when she became a teenager, things actually improved. Her health got better to the point where she thought she could actually pursue her dream at the time, which was to be a professional opera singer, as ever since watching a specific scene in the movie The Fifth Element, she always wanted to be one, which is one of the many things she's known for in the current day.
Yeah. Her opera singing voice is so good, but I can't. It's so good. So good.
But even though things looked like they were going well, her health was better and she was now pursuing her dream, it took an unfortunate turn as soon as she turned 18. For some strange reason, out of nowhere she started getting sick again, and after many visits to a doctor, she finally found out why she was so sick all the time. Ironmouse was diagnosed with CVID, or Common Variable Immune Deficiency, which is an immune system disorder that causes the body to produce low levels of antibodies, which is required for things like fighting diseases and infections. So in essence, this means that even things like a common cold can be dangerous to those with CVID, as their body just isn't equipped to defend against it. And in Ironmouse's case, it eventually became so severe that she couldn't be around anyone, not even family, without getting sick. She also eventually had to use things like
Bro, and imagine that during freaking the virus. Imagine that happening during the virus. Like, isolation on top of being isolated. You know how everyone was home and at least they had their family around? Most of them anyway. I didn't because I lived alone. But then imagine having your family be next door, but you can't be with them. Like, literally in the same place. Bro, that's depressing.
Like oxygen tanks due to complications with her lungs.
All of a sudden, I hit 18 and my body was just like, nope, that's it. Everything started going haywire again. They were like, we know what's wrong with you. You have CVID. I was so severe. I became so severe I couldn't be around people.
Definitely.
Any type of contact with like my family or with friends, or I would get sick like so quickly. Like it got to the point where I couldn't leave my house. I was always on medicine. I was always on IV antibiotics.
After this, Ironmouse would drop out of school and would begin isolating herself from the outside world. This meant she couldn't go outside at all and spent a majority of her days inside alone, bedridden. But fortunately, she did have internet access, which is such a weird phrase to say out loud, especially since it seems like a curse nowadays, which anyone that uses Instagram Reels can attest to.
Don't use Instagram Reels. Just don't.
Remember my teachers in school telling me I wasn't gonna be working in Burger King for the rest of my life. Guess what? I start Friday, Nick!
While surfing
No, not the cutoff! No! No!
the internet, she began watching streamers and making some online friends, which leads us back to 2017, when she found Kitsunero and wanted to become a VTuber with little to no knowledge on how to do it. Fortunately though, one of her online friends did know, telling her about a piece of software called FaceRig, of which that friend then bought her the software.
Bro, I remember FaceRig being like big when like PewDiePie was using it. So funny.
All she needed now was a model, which she quickly found on the Steam Workshop, and even better, it was free to use. So she now had everything to become a VTuber, and with little to no hesitation, she began streaming. Now, I couldn't find any archives of these streams, mainly because it was almost 9 years ago, and once again on a website called YouNow, which wasn't as popular as other streaming platforms like Twitch. But despite this, she did have a handful of viewers on the platform that eagerly awaited her every stream. However, she would eventually create a Twitch account on the 28th of September, apparently streaming on both platforms before fully transitioning to streaming on Twitch full-time in 2019. Around this time, she averaged 20 viewers per stream and debuted the first version of the so-called Demon Queen model that many would know her for today. By February of 2020, she had jumped to averaging over 40 viewers per stream, but a few months later, she would see a huge blow-up, as by the end of the same year, she was now averaging over 3,000.
And that's crazy.
So what caused this sudden explosion in attention? Well, in my opinion, it was down to multiple reasons. One, this was when COVID was happening, so streaming in general saw a huge increase in viewers.
True.
Also, probably because of
VTubers
COVID,
too.
it led to the second reason, which was the rise of VTubers, as simultaneously more VTubers started showing up and more people started watching them. The final reason I think is down to a specific clip that went viral and introduced a lot of people to Ironmouse. Said clip was from one of her live streams in April of 2020.
Oh, was it for the bed? Yeah.
2020, where within that stream, Ironmouse was gathering funds for a better workspace, more specifically a better bed, that fit her medical needs and allowed her to be more comfortable. And the reason this clip was so important and popular to the point where one re-upload has over 1 million views, because midway through explaining why she needs this new bed, as soon as the fundraiser started, within a few minutes she had already completed the goal with over $2,000 donated.
I still gotta get over this. It was beautiful. Hospital bed, I think. It was, I think it was a hospital bed, or at least like a bed that would medically help her and would be enable her to be able to stream out of bed.
Call my bed, my bed. I don't like calling you my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So I like to call my bed my workspace. God damn it! Now what is doing? Now thank you so much for the dono.
Bro.
I'll be right back. I need to take a tiny break. Is that okay?
Now things were only up from here for Ironmouse. Her average viewership would only continue to grow, and pretty quickly she'd receive an offer to join a VTuber organization called VShoujo as a founding member, with
Oh boy. Oh god. Oh god.
many other up-and-coming VTubers of that time.
Unaware.
And this would seemingly only accelerate her growth even more. And she totally would not regret joining this organization later on. With the new attention she was receiving, she'd now have the capability to not only improve her model with multiple iterations over the years, but she was now also able to take care of her parents like they did her.
They never retired because they had to like take care of me. So when the pandemic hit, they like lost their jobs and they were like really scared. But for some reason, I don't know how, it was just like such an strange thing that they lost their jobs and then all of a sudden I started making money off of streaming. So now I take care of them. And it's the other way around.
Was that one of the first gifts you gave to your parents, is when you got rich as a streamer? You gave them money?
Yeah, I paid my mom's house.
Was that tight?
Their bills. Yeah. It's nice.
That must have been pretty dope, right?
Yeah, I pay their bills and I pay my mom's house, and it's nice. I got my parents' phones and stuff.
Around this
Yeah, it's really nice being able to take care of your parents that way. I'm still like trying to pay off my mom's debt too, but it's quite big. Ugh. Baby steps. Also, yeah, like her interview with Asmongold at the time was really good. I liked that video.
time she would also meet the content creator Connor, or Sea-Dog, someone that would heavily be featured in her content going forward. She even joined him virtually on his cyclothon, raising money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation, and the two of them nowadays are very close friends. Ironmouse would also start to break records. She'd do multiple subathons raising money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation, with her first in 2022 landing her as the most subscribed female on Twitch. In 2023, she'd do the same in her second attempt with over 200,000 Twitch subscribers, whilst at the same time winning the awards for the Best Content Creator of the Year and Best VTuber. However, with her latest subathon in 2024, she'd completely break all her previous records and the records of streaming in general, as during this subathon she would become the most subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Bro. This line right here, Ironmouse has passed Kai Sanat as the most subscribed to channel,
Whilst
right? Got so many people mad. Like so many, like just teenagers, it was ridiculous. Pretty sure we talked about that before too, man. Fucking insane. Insane.
Also breaking the record for the most subscribers a streamer had ever had, with over 320,000 active Twitch subscribers at the end of her subathon.
What are you gonna do when you reach the top?
I'm never gonna reach the top. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Which also generated over $500,000 for the immune deficiency charity. So if you didn't know about Ironmouse before, you definitely did now. But even though things looked like they were going pretty well, it turns out there would be a big problem with the subathon. Because it turns out the money that had been raised for charity never actually went to the charity.
Oh boy, here we go.
And it wasn't Ironmouse's fault for this, but
Here we
her
go.
agencies, vtuber, as they were the ones managing all the funds made from the subathon. In July of 2025, Ironmouse would upload a video called
It's been a year? Oh my god, bro. This still feels like yesterday. Oh my god.
Why I Left vtuber,
Oh
where she
my
talks about how the
God.
company was not only holding around $500,000 of charity money that she had earned, but was also not paying her in general.
I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from vtuber.
Now,
That's crazy. Legitimately crazy. But the good part that did come out of this entire thing is that people raised even more money now for the charity. Even I donated what I could at the time.
stealing from both a charity and a streamer that has immune deficiency was probably not the best look, and what followed was a PR nightmare for vtuber.
Yeah.
Multiple vtuber members, if they hadn't already left in previous years due to poor treatment and related issues, would now leave, and not only would people associated with them begin coming out about their terrible experiences with the company, but it seemed like every news outlet and platform was talking about this situation.
Yep.
vtuber obviously wouldn't last much longer, ceasing operations within the same month, and the charity never saw that $500,000, as it was
Crazy, man. Crazy. We lost vtuber before GTA 6. I hate you.
believed that the money was actually spent on the company rather than the charity because the company was failing at that time. From this point on, Ironmouse was technically an independent VTuber, not tied to any agency, receiving 100% of the profit from her content, and despite this event being an overall terrible experience for her, she'd still attempt to recoup some of the money by pushing for people to donate to a new charity page, where it eventually raised over $1 million for the charity. And she still wasn't done there. She'd only continue to grow. She started showing off her musical talent a lot more, being featured in the Baby No Money song 1-800. She'd start making her own music like Cry For Me, and
I love that song. So many people hated on that song, and I just don't know why. I genuinely do love that song.
she would also perform on stage at the Streamer Awards in collaboration with Warframe, which is the game I can guess at least 5 of you degenerates are playing right now.
Alexander started playing Warframe yesterday, so if that's something you're interested in.
To this day, Ironmouse still continues to raise money for a charity that supports people that have the same condition she has, and at one point she even advocated for CVID in federal Congress. But that is the basic description of who Ironmouse is and how she got to where she is today. She's someone that, despite being dealt probably the worst cards out.
That model, by the way, is so cute. That's her latest model. She debuted that, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago.
Earlier on in
So
life,
cute.
has still managed to entertain hundreds of thousands, support causes bigger than herself, and has even managed to pursue some of her goals she made before she was sick. So after all of this, why does she still see a fair amount of hate? But before we get into that, are you sick of forgetting your passwords?
No, yes, I don't know. Whenever I forgot my password, I just reset it.
And having to either be spammed with reset password emails or
here it
resort
is.
to writing them down, which most definitely is against company policy, but that's me assuming you're employed. Are you sick of using the same password everywhere, even though you know you really
buzzing.
shouldn't, but that's the only one you remember? Well, today's sponsor, Proton Pass, mitigates all of those issues.
I don't trust it.
It stores your passwords, emails, and even card details,
No.
meaning it's only a few clicks to do
No, I'm not giving a company my passwords. What do you mean?
things like log into your usual websites. Instead, information is securely stored with end-to-end encryption. In fact, it's so secure that Proton themselves can't even see your details. And if you're one of those people that use the same password everywhere, Proton can generate and store a unique password for you.
Just use password everywhere, easy to remember.
So you no longer have to worry about one password leaking and all your accounts being compromised. And if your account does get compromised from that one sketchy website you signed up for, if you use Proton Pass's alias tool, it doesn't really matter. Because with their alias tool, you can make burner emails that can be used instead of your personal, where they can be easily deleted. So sign up for free today using my link proton.me/royalty, or you can get 50% off a paid plan with the same link. And if you're not satisfied, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee when you make a purchase.
I don't trust it. Because now it takes one leak from them.
But thank you to Proton for sponsoring this video.
I don't trust it.
If your avatar, if Ironmouse disappeared today, who would still love you for who you really are? These are
Everyone.
the questions I would have asked her. How would she have asked? How do y'all think she would have answered them? She would have been shaking.
So probably one of the first things Ironmouse got hit for was, you know, being Ironmouse, or more specifically, a VTuber. Now yes, most of the internet by at least 2021, after the big blow up of VTubers, knew what they were, but not everyone was watching them and wouldn't have thought in their wildest dreams that one of them would become the most subscribed live streamer at one point, dethroning these so-called fleshies of that time.
Get off my
And when
screen.
Ironmouse actually did this in 2024, not only was she plastered almost everywhere, but she would also stunlock these people that once again weren't exactly used to watching VTubers or seeing someone that looked like an anime girl doing significantly better than conventional streamers who usually stream themselves with a webcam. And these people
Sorry, just like short interruption. You know what I really don't get is anime fans that don't like VTubers. There's a lot of them. I don't get that. What do you mean? You love anime, but you don't like VTubers? VTubers are just anime girls. What do you... Like... Insane. Like, that... What?
people would begin voicing their confusion, especially around the time she had just dethroned Kai Cenat as the most subscribed person on Twitch in 2024, with a lot of people either mocking or expressing genuine confusion at the fact this had just happened, and all of said reactions were perfectly presented in a clip of Adam Ross when he found out about this.
Aiden Ross is such a bootlicker. He's such a glazer and a bootlicker, I can't, man.
And I think it's safe to assume, judging from his reaction, that this is his first time ever seeing a VTuber.
Most subscribed Twitch channel ever. What? As she surpassed
Oh god, this
Cenat's
clip.
record. Wait. Hold up. What? What the is this? I'm not even trying to be on no hating. What am I looking at? Can somebody give me the context behind this?
What the f***? I'm trying to be hating, but what the f***? No, not hating at all.
I saw this
no.
picture earlier. I thought it was like some type of meme. It's a dude. No, guys. Anybody that's role playing as this is a grown man.
This was somewhat
We're never escaping those cliches or like, well, what do you call them? Yeah, cliches. We're never escaping those cliches.
the common thought process for
Embrace it,
people that
true.
had just been introduced to Ironmouse from her popularity surrounding her subathon, and obviously it would only escalate from here after taking over Kai, as people who were possibly fans of him didn't like that their favourite streamer had just been dethroned by a VTuber, which got so bad that her friend Sea-Dog made a video on the topic.
This video is about one thing. It's about the weird blanket hatred towards VTubers. I've seen a massive, massive hate train against Ironmouse.
And eventually even Kai himself talked about the hate Ironmouse was getting, basically saying she has been around for a while and what she was doing was for a good cause, and the two of them even did a collab later on after this.
Know your Twitch history and stuff. Ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. She's always been on the leaderboards all time. You feel me? She's not nothing new. She's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. She's always been on a leaderboard. She's been there if you know your real Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me like that. But chat, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But all of this mostly happened in 2024. You'd think people would at least get used to or understand what a VTuber is now, right?
No, people still don't know what a VTuber is nowadays, even now. They still don't know.
No, not really. That
No.
sentiment is still around. And some are
Yeah.
still genuinely perplexed at the existence of VTubers, which isn't really anything new. VTubers have heard this for years, it's just Ironmouse is brought up more often than not in these conversations, because she's one of the more popular examples, which leads to a lot of being thrown her way even to this day, especially
yeah.
recently due to her sprite being added to Fortnite, where we
People got angry at that? I only saw support for it. Okay, to be fair, I am also on the VTuber side here, so I probably only saw the good parts.
saw the same things being said in reaction to her being added, and there was another situation involving Adam Ross again a few months ago, where he still seems confused about Ironmouse and
There was another
how
one?
she was able to get nominated for categories in the 2025 Streamer Awards.
Oh, God.
How are they a duo? No disrespect. I've never.
No disrespect again.
Fucking Ironmouse and Sea Dog even be sit together, brother. It's a robot. It's a.
Yeah.
I did not see this clip. Man!
I'll put it in.
Okay.
This guy, bro. Listen, he's probably flirting. He's probably flirting with a man, bro. Yo.
Bro. I think Aiden's just pandering to his audience. Well, to one hand, yes, but also on the other hand, I fully believe he's believing that what he's saying. I fully believe that he believes in what he's saying.
We don't even know if Ironmouse is a man or not. I'm not even joking, bro. Los and Wad is a father and son, a wholesome father and son friendship, bro. That's just my take, bro.
It's just my tag, bro. No hate, bro. I ain't hating, but what the f is this stuff? What the heck? Well, I ain't hating, but wanna throw up. I wanna throw up just listening to the guy. Ah!
However, she hasn't only received hate from outside the VTuber community.
I don't know what's up with YouTube, bro. What?
Friendship, bro. That's just my take, bro.
However, she hasn't only received hate from outside the VTuber community, she's also experienced it from within the community as well. With one of the more notable instances being when she congratulated and defended the burnt peanut for
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that myself. Like, I know some people like agreed with her, some disagreed. I just personally, I didn't like it, but you know, it is what it is.
being nominated and then later winning VTuber of the Year at the Streamer Awards. Which, yes, sounds very confusing when you say it out loud, because how can one get hate simply for congratulating a person for winning an award? Well, unless the award is for, like, the most infants curb stomped or the most consecutive slurs used in a deadlock game, I guess then I would somewhat understand the hate. But if you didn't know, there was actually an argument being had around this time if the burnt peanut was actually a VTuber, as yes, he may have fit the definition of it, but he didn't exactly look like your average VTuber, and even he himself didn't really seem to agree with the title of VTuber after winning the award. And he also said some things about VTubers when he got from people after winning the award.
Yeah.
Which the VTuber community didn't exactly like.
To accept this Best VTuber of the Year award. Even on the
I just skip, man, skip.
VTuber, that's okay.
Skip.
Little miscommunication there, Peanut Tuber.
You feel about your chat and fan base being nothing but disgusting towards Ironmouse after she defended you publicly.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, no, good sir. No.
Here where he's reflecting that it wasn't his community at all, which isn't true, it was. Not only, of course, not only, but it was also his community.
No. See that? That's a VTuber right there. Listen up, 40-year-old man in a 15-year-old anime 2D.
And that guy won the VTuber awards. I'm just saying, man, bro. I'm just saying. People hated me for making that one tweet, okay? People hated me. Bro, the that I got from all of this. But yet, here we are. Look at this. Aye. And for those people that don't know, all I said is non-VTuber won the VTuber Awards. That's all. That's all. That's all. Didn't say anything else.
VTubing suit. Listen up. It's not my community saying anything bad to Ironmouse.
It was this community. I can personally attend to that.
I don't hate VTubers. I just think they're a bunch of freaky. Hey, would I be wrong? I mean,
They're not all like that. That's the thing.
That's.
Wait, run it back.
Think bad to Ironmouse. I don't hate VTubers. I just think they're a bunch of freaky. Hey,
a bunch of what?
Would I be wrong? I mean,
they're not all like that. That's the thing.
That's true, but I think a large majority of them are freaky.
So when Ironmouse came out and congratulated the Bent Peanut, some viewed this as a betrayal of some sorts and started flinging their at Ironmouse. But if I'm honest, as I've said before, first, this isn't a Grammy or a BAFTA award, this is an award from an event run by streamers that comes across a controversy almost every year for the people nominated. And two, I just don't think it's that serious, especially if all Ironmouse did was say that he deserved to be there and congratulated him. So it's not uncommon for her to get hate from, dare I say, the gatekeepers of the community and people that take things way more seriously than they should. Another thing Ironmouse got hate for was her music, more specifically the song Cry For Me, released in...
I don't get it. I love that song. I don't get it. To be honest, I don't know about this VTuber Awards show or any award show. It's all just running by LA dummies. No, you're right. Like, ultimately, okay, in the grand scheme of things, it shouldn't matter because that show's rigged anyway. I just found it annoying that there were a lot of big VTubers that were like, oh my god, he's a VTuber and he deserves to be there, when the guy's just on VTubers. That's what rubbed me the wrong way. But this is almost a year ago at this point. Like, you know, this is almost like forever ago.
April of 2025, but it was also shown off a year prior at the 2024 Streamer Awards. I know I've mentioned the Streamer Awards about 20 times already, and don't worry, I'm gonna do it again. But yeah, for context, a lot of these situations came from the Streamer Awards or around it. I'm just saying. Now, this song upon release was completely fine. Nobody really had anything bad to say about it, and it wasn't really out of the ordinary for VTubers to make music. But when Ironmouse started getting run out at the end of 2025, this song suddenly started getting a lot more attention despite being released months prior. And
yeah, that's what I didn't understand. That song had been out forever at that point. I've been listening to it forever at that point, and suddenly people started hating on it.
People started to say things like she can't sing or her music was bad, specifically focusing on the chorus where she goes where. Some were even saying
I don't get it, it's good.
It was worse than KSI's Thick of It, which is probably just nostalgia. Or
oh my god. No, not
down to
that
the
song!
fact you've listened to it so many times you can't tell how bad the song is anymore. But what Ironmouse was seeing was a lot like the treatment Baby No Money was getting at that time when he was in a lot of drama, where a lot of people said the same things about him and his music. Personally, with my bipolar music taste, I don't think Ironmouse's song was that bad. I think a lot of people around that time were just shitting on it to it. But nowadays it's actually used in a lot of memes, sometimes in a less mocking way, I guess. And I'm putting you on some absolute heat here, but the Where Funk remix Slowed is actually a pretty good version of her song.
What the heck?
I'm not going to confirm or deny if I'm f***ing with you. There's also a Guna version of that song.
What?
Another situation.
I need to pull this up for later. I'm gonna be listening to that later. Hi for me, Guna version. I can't believe this. Oh my god, what the hell?
The that caused a lot of hate for Ironmouse was the Rakai and Ray situation, which of course happened at the Streamer Awards.
I hated this entire situation, like all around. I think Ironmouse could have handled it better afterwards. I think the way she handled it in the moment was good, but the way she handled it afterwards was silly. But also, these two, as the mage, man. As the mage, these two, man.
Once again, where Rakai and Ray came up to Ironmouse while she was virtually attending and started asking a bunch of questions, and later on Ironmouse would go on stream and talk about how uncomfortable she was in that situation.
Oh, okay. Ironmouse, you are a legend. Yo! What's up? Yeah.
Anything you want.
Okay, babe.
Okay, I got a question.
How you look in real life?
Whoa. That
I don't look in real life.
Really stupid question. Really, really stupid question.
Yeah.
Oh, ugly. That's why I'm a VTuber, duh.
Good joke, good response. Like the way she responded here, 10 out of 10. That's what you do. You just throw back.
You're right.
I also saw a tweet.
But then she goes on and says how, like, I don't get it. You just didn't need to talk about it, Ironmouse. You just...
About me talking to Rakai and Ray. And a lot of people were saying that I'm basically trying to appeal to people, appease people, fit in with people. You have no idea what I went through in that moment. So let me explain to you. And I get rushed by Rakai and Ray. I will tell you 100%. I was very uncomfortable to the point where
That's fair. That's fair.
Shaking. Because I already knew that I was going to get asked something terrible. I knew that they were going to say something rude to me.
Now, obviously, the main point...
And she keeps going on and on about it, and she made it seem in the situation as this most terrible situation that could have ever happened to her. At least, like, the way it was portrayed, right? Which, of course, it wasn't. But it's just... Of course people are gonna mock her for it because she's on a iPad and people are gonna be like, just turn the iPad off, just go away, right? Of course it's not as simple as just like turning it off, but like, it's so dumb. This entire situation was so dumb. It is a bunch of bad things got mixed up even more badly. Yeah. No, like, I totally get why she felt uncomfortable, right? I totally get it. But the way she portrayed it, the way she talked about it was why people got rubbed the wrong way about it. There will always be stupid people. Bringing attention to it never helps. Yeah. No, like, I totally get it, right? Like, I emphasize with her. Like, the situation that those two put her in. Okay, absolutely. But she made it an even bigger deal the way she talked about it. I didn't like how she responded, but I'll give her the benefit of it was just a bad take. Yeah.
People would share was that she physically wasn't there. She could turn off the iPad or disconnect from the call if she was uncomfortable, which, to be honest, aren't terrible points. But I think Ironmouse was going to lose either way. If she did tell them to leave her alone, there would be drama anyway.
Yeah. Like, this was a lose-lose situation for her. She could have just made it better by not talking about it, though.
And if she didn't, which did happen, she got anywhere from the VTuber gatekeepers for answering the questions the way she did and from just interacting with them, which was pointed out by another VTuber called Giga.
So,
Giga!
It wasn't what they said to her in that moment that made her uncomfortable. It was that they have hate farmed her previously many times. Specifically their communities and other adjacent ones. And she's never said anything back about it. And then what happened was, because she kind of went along with the like, oh, VTubers are ugly joke, some other VTubers were like, why would you say that? And she was...
Oh yeah, those people are dumb. It's a joke, clearly.
Explaining to other VTubers on her stream. That was what that context of that conversation was. She was like, I've had this issue before, and that's, you know, and so she was explaining to the people in her chat, they're like, why would you make that joke? She was like, look, I just wanted to keep it cool. I've been hate farmed before, so I'm like, let me just fucking go along with it and not cause a problem. And then people clipped that and thought that she was like saying that she was only uncomfortable because they asked her a question.
But anyway, in a perfect world, if Ironmouse had...
Trying to think, sorry, brain, slow. I mean, she said she was uncomfortable because she knew that they were gonna be hate farming. I don't think that was the misunderstanding here, personally. I don't think that was the misunderstanding here. Like, she said she was uncomfortable and she was shaking because she's gonna get hate formed. Haters gonna hate always. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just ignored the shit from both sides and not said anything, everything would have been fine. But the fact she did and used the word uncomfortable, even though yes, she doesn't
No, the word uncomfortable is okay. I think the word that people got hung up on is that she was shaking. I think that's the word that that people got hung up on.
physically there, it set a lot of people off. Regardless, Ray did later somewhat apologise to Ironmouse if he did make her uncomfortable, and Rakai had the reaction you'd probably expect.
I'm saying for the rest of the day, bro. Be for real, man.
A similar situation happened in May of 2026 when she refused to continue with a partnership playing a game called Neverness to Everness because she had been supposedly lied to by the company regarding the use of AI within the game.
Right.
They told my sponsor people. They said no. They said we do not have AI in anything. There's no AI anywhere. And it's just like, why are you lying, bro?
This would cause a heated debate as some supported her decision, citing they prefer human art over AI, and the other side would say this is virtue signaling or point out how she's a hypocrite because she's played games before that contained some sort of AI.
Yeah, but the issue was that she was lied to in this situation. That's the issue. Like, oh my god. I thought this entire situation was stupid too. Like, I never played NTE. Never played that. The issue is that she was lied to. That's the issue. And if you're being lied to on a sponsorship basis on, like, someone you're having a contract with, I understand, like, ending the contract. I get it.
The company would later respond saying that yes, AI was used, but only for things like background assets that didn't involve core parts of the game, and they would slowly be replacing them over time. Now, ultimately, it's her decision not to stream a game, and if she was lied to whilst working with the company, that's more than enough of a reason to drop the company altogether. But it becomes complicated if she only dropped them because of that reason, or because it purely involved AI at all. And if it was because of that, yes, I can see why some see it as a bit hypocritical, since recently she even worked for Fortnite, who has admitted to using AI generation. Ultimately, we don't really know. Ironmouse hasn't really continued to comment on it, but either way, if it is true her sponsor lied to her, it is definitely a deal breaker and she should have dropped them. The last thing I came across of why people hate Ironmouse is because they think she is lying about her sickness.
That's insane, by the way, bro. Like,
however, there's been no credible evidence that she has lied about it, and when these people spouting this get asked about it, they usually have no concrete evidence except
you can't be for real. Fact having an illness. Proof. Yeah, the proof is Ironmouse has done face reveal or shown any medical documents or any third party verify that anything. If you're going to use an illness to form sympathy, then you should provide some evidence of it. Oh my god, man.
for their own opinion. So yeah, it's basically their own canon fanfiction that she is lying.
Oh my god.
I mean, hey, it would honestly be impressive if she was lying for like, what, 10 years now? And
bro, that would actually be the ultimate move. If that was actually, because damn, had everyone fooled.
To everyone around her, including her friends, because nobody has said anything about it. That would be some, like, Code Geass level of plot twist if it did happen, though. But yeah, those are the main reasons people hate Ironmouse, and in my opinion, I think a lot of it isn't deserved and is over-exaggerated at times. And some people just shit on her for the sake of shitting on her. Yes, I think in some situations she could mitigate a lot of this by not feeling compelled to respond to these people or situations, as most times she doesn't really need to, and it just makes things worse.
Yeah, but she's also just a human, right? Humans make mistakes. And even though, like, I don't agree with how she ended the situation with Rakai, well, I forgot what the other guy was called, situation afterwards, doesn't mean I don't like her. I think she's a great VTuber. I think overall she's a pretty good person.
But overall, I think she's doing fine and hasn't done anything seriously terrible where she deserves to be hated. And once again, she's done some genuinely good things with the cards she was dealt, and her latest subathon is coming up soon where she'll probably raise more money and break more records. Anyway, that's just something I wanted to yap about. I hope roaches come out of your foreskin tonight, but yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
What? 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 Either way, here's the link. If anyone... I don't... What?